Here. Hold on. Anyways, that's what it is.
One of those will work to sync the audio.
That'll probably make your life more difficult, actually, if there's like 5 claps.
That's true. Yeah. We got one solid one. Okay. What's up, guys? It's J-Bag. I'm here with Lewis.
What's up?
And we're up here in the loft doing our podcast. Today, we actually got a really special guest. The CEO of Frito-lay is coming onto our podcast at the loft. It's actually a really big deal. The way we ran into him was actually really funny.
Yeah.
You want to tell
he
him how we met him?
actually slid into my sister's DMs, believe it or not. And then she told me about it. I asked if she could reach out, see if we can get him on the podcast. She reached out to him, and then just kind of this weird turn of events, CEO of Frito-lay.
With all that money, they get bored. They think they can afford some fun things, and maybe they can. Who knows? But anyways, Preston, he's the CEO, and he's going to be here today. So
you know what? Good guy, too.
He is a good guy. He's
Chill
pretty
guy.
nice. After we met him and talked to him for a little bit, realized he's actually a decent guy. And your sister really missed out.
Yeah. Well, she, that's a different story.
That's a different story. But anyways, we're going to have him on. So I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go monitor some stuff. And Lewis is going to grill him with the tough stuff.
Open, dude.
That actually would have been probably funny on camera. Should we have you do that when we're like...
It's still recording.
Yeah, you're right.
How tall are you?
I'm actually not that tall. Hey, Preston, good to see you.
Oh, what's up?
Good
Sorry.
to have you in.
Good to be
have
here,
you in.
Lou.
Hey, appreciate
J-Bag, appreciate the intro.
appreciate you bringing the Frito-lay products.
Dude, of course. Couldn't go to a podcast without the product.
Are these some of your favorite flavors then here?
Yeah, so we got the classic Christmas Lays, right?
Absolutely.
High
Happy
quality.
holidays.
What's that?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, of course. And then the best kept secret at Frito-lay, the all dress Ruffles, best chip.
Well, it looks like the best kept secret because it's almost empty.
Yeah, no, yeah, this came straight from the pantry.
Can we get a taste test?
Get a
guide
taste.
on it? What is this flavor?
It's like a salt and vinegar barbecue. Read the back. It's Canadian.
No kidding. Oh, is it the ketchup chip?
Nope.
Because
That's
I've been.
That's
they
the
have
ketchup
a,
chip.
They have a ketchup chip in Canada. I've been.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a whole thing
Oh.
about it.
What all dress means, after all, your clothes. Canada all dress actually means delicious, ridgy chips that somehow taste salty, savory, and sweet all at the same time. Wow, what a chip!
It hits all of those boxes.
Unbelievable. Hey,
Yeah.
well, I appreciate you bringing it out. That's a good taste for all of you listeners out there. Might want to try out the Canadian chip.
All dressed.
All dressed.
That's the way to go.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you coming down.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Don't want to take too much of your time. Let's just hear about the day-to-day. What you do specifically at Frito-lay.
So, as the CEO,
Right.
other people call me a supply chain leader.
Interesting.
So, if you Google CEO, you're not going to find me. I'm kind of the, under the cover CEO.
Like behind the scenes.
Behind
type
the
of thing.
scenes.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
No, I'm a supply chain leader, is what they call me. And I lead a team on the manufacturing floor. And we make chips. We process them. We take it from potato to bagged.
That's amazing.
And we make all the potato chips, Lays and Ruffles. Wavy Lays also. We make Cheetos in-house, which is amazing. And then we make all
Wait a second. You make Cheetos in-house.
Yeah.
Is that the only product that you guys make in-house?
we make all of them in-house.
Okay. And then your region, the plant up in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
What does that cover?
We cover...
What area?
So we're part of like the Northwest region.
Okay.
But we cover... we ship to like Montana, Idaho, Wyoming.
Okay.
There's a Denver plant, but I think we ship to some parts of Colorado that are close to Utah.
Unbelievable.
Down into Arizona, Nevada. And all of Utah.
So it's a bit of a
obviously.
hub, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big hub.
Interesting. So you manufacture all of them in-house, and you oversee part of the production, essentially, of each product.
Exactly.
Okay. That's really interesting.
And the bagging. I take it from corn or potatoes, then we send it out
Okay.
as...
Kind of an interesting job. What did you do or study in school to get to that position where you're at now?
So I studied global supply chain.
Okay.
It's major.
Really?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, not popular.
Well,
Pretty unknown.
I mean, yeah, some folks out there might not
It's a good major.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you study?
BYU.
Okay.
Here in Provo.
Brigham Young University.
Brigham Young University.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
school, I hear, actually. Marriott School of Business. I hear it's
Good school. Yeah.
top notch. Wow. Well, hey, that's amazing. So what would you say is your favorite snack that you guys manufacture then?
Oh. So these all dress I think are my favorite favorite chip. However, we don't make these in Utah.
Unbelievable.
Right? We don't make these at our plant.
Do you guys import them straight from Canada? Or
Straight from Canada.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, straight from Canada. And that's a tough one. It's between cheddar jalapeno Cheetos
Okay.
and cheddar Ruffles.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. They're great, but something that most people will not ever have the chance of doing is trying it when it's still warm from the fryer.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of melts in your mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, real
I can only
good.
imagine the sensation.
Yeah. Hey, maybe one of these days I'll be able to get you up to the plant.
I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it. Appreciate that offer. All right. So the next question is, what do you think is your highest manufactured in snack in highest demand for the Northwest region?
For the Northwest region.
Because Idaho, they're cranking out those potatoes. You'd think that naturally.
Yeah,
that,
we get our potatoes from Idaho.
Unbelievable.
We do a lot of the classics, just like the regular Ruffles or the regular Lays.
Of course.
We do a lot of, the Doritos, the Nacho, and the
Okay.
Cool Ranch. We make a lot of those. And then we produce a ton of Flamin' Hot.
Wow.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
People love the Flamin' Hot.
I don't
It's almost
understand it. I'm not a spicy guy,
addictive. You don't have to be.
but
People love it.
people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so here's the thing. J-Bag and I went out there, did a poll today. Jared was really good at interviewing people, really some provocative questions. And honestly, Frito-Lay had some heat. And one of the biggest complaints they had is the high air to chip or, snack ratio per bag. And we didn't, to be honest, between Jared and I, that's the biggest complaint we had too. Is there a reason why there's so much air per bag?
That is my area of expertise, let me tell you.
Okay.
First off, it's not air. It's nitrogen. We pump nitrogen into the bags because if it was just air, what happens to chips when you leave them in just air?
It'd get stale.
They go stale,
It'd get stale.
right? But also, it's for the consumer that we do that because we sell, it's the same amount. We sell it by the weight, right? So
Okay.
these are 8 ounces.
Right.
Okay. So we sell by the weight. So it's got the same amount in every 8-ounce bag that you buy. But if we took out some of the air in here, it wouldn't have or leave any room for the chips to spread during transit. Those would all come crushed.
So it's like a crushed deal.
So
It's
yeah,
more of
it depends on the density of the chip, really.
Okay.
Because like Lay's, there's a ton of air in them, and like Doritos, because those
It's
are
a
like
fairly fragile chip.
it's a fairly fragile chip.
Yeah.
But you look at Cheetos, there's no air in them
a good
because
point.
those are dense. Those are not going to break, and
I
if they
actually
do,
didn't think about that.
it's fine. So it's for the consumer that we do it.
Well, okay. That's really interesting. We didn't
And it's
really have
nitrogen,
perspective.
so-
But I guess we appreciate that as the consumer. On
Yeah,
behalf
I
of the
mean,
consumer,
if
think something.
if you just want crushed chips, we can fill it to the top.
Sure, that's fair. It's be careful what you wish for, I think.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I appreciate you answering that question. Next thing. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Frito-Lay is a subsidiary of PepsiCo.
True.
Yeah. So how do you think that affects your supply chain? Does that increase the manufacturing? Does it hinder your guys' productivity? Would you be able to tell the difference?
Yeah. No. So we are owned by PepsiCo,
Mm-hmm.
right? And PepsiCo, Pepsi it's the bigger name,
Of course it is.
right?
Yeah.
They owe it all to us.
Okay. See, do they?
They do.
Let's hear it, because that's very
You look at
interesting. That's a hot
PepsiCo, and look at all the things they own, right? So they have Pepsi beverages,
take. Okay.
right? Frito-Lay,
Subsidiary.
Gatorade,
That is a big one. I didn't know that.
Quaker.
Wow.
They do a bunch of crackers, the Smart Food popcorn, right? PepsiCo is a snack giant,
Right. We're pumping fat, sugar, and
Pumping,
carbs, all that. Indian
making
body.
everybody happy.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at the business side of it, PepsiCo, because Pepsi's in the name, they think that's the biggest part. Frito-Lay is over 65% of PepsiCo's business.
Unbelievable.
Even though all those other subsidiaries are there too.
Wow. Okay.
So
So you're putting on for PepsiCo,
Yeah.
essentially.
yeah, they owe to
Unbelievable.
us.
Okay.
I mean, they have some great stuff. I mean, they got Mountain Dew. They've got the Bang Energies. You know, I think Minute Maid.
Really?
Minute Maid is one of the beverages they own.
Geez, that is an ginormous company.
Yeah,
dude.
it's huge.
Wow.
But so no, we appreciate PepsiCo because we're all the same. We're all the same thing.
Right. You
So they're
bless
part
me,
of
I
us, and
bless
they
you,
help
type of
us. It's all brand recognition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But no, if Frito-Lay were not a part of PepsiCo,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would be as big for sure.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, here's the thing. There's a bit of a controversy in the late '60s that people want to know about, and we're asking some people on the street, and they weren't too aware of it because I think Frito-Lay's done a good job of covering it up, or
I
at
don't know
least
if I'm aware of this.
dealing with the issue. But in the late '60s, you had a spokesperson, Frito Bandito, right? And essentially, it had offended some of the members of the NMAADC, National Mexican American Anti-Defamation Committee.
Okay, I was unaware of this controversy.
Anyways,
This,
So essentially what
you
had
have to realize this was 30 years before I was even a thought.
okay. Well, that's fair. That's something to think about. But essentially, what Frito Bandito had done. Well, I mean, it was just really blowing up the stereotypes of the Mexican American, right? Maybe not
Fair,
necessarily in the best
fair.
way. The mustache, the
sombrero and the poncho,
sombrero,
right?
the poncho, the thick accent.
I've seen pictures.
It's Frito Bandito, and here's the thing, and I think in the late '60s, maybe that thought wasn't happening today. If that would have happened, I think that would have been really difficult. But again,
Yeah.
like I said, the NMAADC really did a number on them. So what are you guys doing today to repair those relationships with the Mexican American community?
Actually, we do have a program called Adelante,
Adelante, okay.
and it's part of our ERG programs.
ERG stands for Ethnic Research Group.
Yes,
Does it actually?
something along those lines.
Okay, I'm surprised you actually don't know that.
We just call it ERGs, but we have all of them. We have it's called Adelante, is the Hispanic one that we help out in the Hispanic community. We have Mosaic, which is in the African American community.
Okay.
We have a Pacific Asian community that we help out in.
Okay.
So Adelante is one that we actually just did a school drive when school started up a couple months ago. We donated backpacks and
Oh, nice.
school supplies to Hispanics who are in low income areas that
Oh, interesting.
we thought we could help out at.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, that's good that you guys,
So we're
Frito-Lay
still
as a
working on
company,
those.
The social responsibility of
Exactly.
Frito-Lay doing that. And we appreciate you.
Yeah,
you guys doing
100%.
that. Absolutely. The other thing I think Frito-Lay has done a really good job of, actually, and you might remember this in 2012, you guys had made a really good effort to get rid of trans fats in your products. Because as we know, trans
Switched to
fats
oils.
are some of the most dangerous fats,
Yeah.
And so was that difficult? I mean, obviously you weren't there in
I was-
2012. But do you think that was a difficult process, that overhaul of getting rid of the trans fats?
Yeah, no, I think it was a little bit. First off, the taste. I mean, we have to make sure we're still producing that quality
Absolutely.
taste.
Absolutely.
People, they want the taste, but they don't want the fat.
Exactly.
That's tough to do sometimes,
I
right?
agree.
Fat tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing too is I know I have talked to some of our process operators who actually run the machines, and they have talked about when we switch oils,
Yeah.
how that different oils run differently.
Absolutely. They do.
Right, so I think they're probably, like I said, I wasn't there at the time,
Huh.
but I'm sure there was some sort of an adjustment process that we had to go through.
Wow. See, unbelievable. I'm really happy that you guys did that. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Preston, hey, thank you for answering all the questions. A couple of these heavy hitters. Appreciate you being really transparent with us. Everybody, Preston here, CEO of Frito-Lay, coming on. Make sure you go get yourself a bag of some Canadian chips.
All dressed, baby.
Apparently they don't really celebrate Hanukkah, but Merry Christmas. And yeah, I really appreciate you having the show.
Yeah, you bet. Hey,
Absolutely.
you want to hear my stat about Frito-Lay though?
Let's hear it.
It's crazy. Most people don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
So we do end up wasting a lot of chips,
Of course you do.
right? When we're
You're lucky I didn't ask you that question.
No, it's okay. When
Yeah.
we're making a lot of chips, if they're not up to standard, we have to throw them away, right?
Okay.
But what we do is we sell those to animal feed.
Really?
Yeah, and get this. So we send it out to pig farms and cow farms,
Do you know about this, Jared?
Tiger King does that.
Oh, Tiger King
Tiger
does do that,
King.
actually.
right?
Yeah.
So, but here's a little known fact: the cows, from what we're told from our counterparts at the animal feed, the cows always eat the flamin' hot first.
Again with the flamin' hot.
The flamin'
man.
hot.
Do you think it's because they have multiple stomachs that make them?
I hadn't thought through the anatomy of the cow.
I had
Maybe
immediately
they-
thought of that.
Do you think they take fiery poops like we take fiery poops?
Absolutely, 100%. I think double the fiery poops that we take. Except they're actually the diet's a lot more mild than that. Like they just eat grass and corn and stuff.
And flamin' hot.
And
Or like we'll send them out like if like the Cheetos are like too small, like they're twigs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow,
they'll go and make it at the feedlot.
dude, way to Tiger King on them.
So you're welcome,
yeah, no,
Joe Exotic,
Joe Exotic,
feeding
really
off our
appreciate it.
profits.
Yep, Preston Hymas, everybody. Preston Hymas.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks for tuning in for another episode of The Loft with us. Make sure you click subscribe.
Subscribe if you want.
Subscribe if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, keep a lookout for the next episode dropping. I want to give a shout out to all our Patreons. And make sure you Venmo us. We got to pay for these mics.
Mics are expensive.
They were expensive. Yeah. So shoot us a Venmo if you want. 1 cent, $1, $100. It's all the same, guys.
Appreciate it,
Love you guys.
fellas. Okay, that was good.